Duval. Duval.
Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Welcome back, Fourth and Forever. We took a nice long break, much needed. Mason's in his busy season right now. Dent season goes crazy during the spring, summer months. So, I have a theory that Mason probably won't be with us a lot this summer, and and that's fine. He'll be back for football season. When he does join us, though, it'll be nice, and hopefully I can get him this week sometime to talk about the draft, because we got the draft tomorrow. That's going to be a lot of fun. But let's talk about who is here. It's Cameron joining us right now. So, Cameron, how was your nice little time off, man? I know you've been busy at work. NBA playoffs are heating up. So, what's been going on, man?
Since we last spoke in front of a camera, let's see, nothing huge has happened. Work, and I got a bunch of furniture I've been building for the apartment. So, a couple of bookcases, a couple of desks, real Bob the Builder energy over here. A team, I don't know if you've heard of them, a team called Michigan won the college?
Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah, like the state. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't even really thinking about that, or not going to even, it's a buff
they're like
me
a
to brag
small
about.
little state school, right?
No, probably one of the biggest universities in the world. Not a big deal. But they were saying that they were young. That was like Axel Lindbergh only being 23 years old. To do what he did in college basketball at 23. I mean, people are going to talk about that forever.
To win a natty at 23 is kind of very impressive.
It is
unheard of.
It's not. I I can't possibly think of any other ways that could happen. And it's not like he was the oldest player in college anyways. 23 is still very young. He's still a child. So to anyone saying that he's too old, you wouldn't yell at a child, would you? So there. Yeah, he's still a kid. He's still in college. We have to give grace to these kids.
That's your official stance.
Yeah.
The team was young.
The team was very young. Yeah, and in this transfer portal NIL era, we can't underlook the underdogs who aren't really throwing bags at these players.
Speaking
like Michigan.
have you seen Daddy Trump is trying to get involved in legislating the transfer portal?
I did, but how? What is he going to do?
Frankly,
is he the one making the rules? What about it is he doing?
Frankly, I think we need more of government in our day-to-day life, especially in the NCAA. That's I've been saying that. I need to hear my congressional representative debate what is and isn't a catch.
It's a great thing we're not in a big war or anything right now either, so he's not really too busy.
No.
With anything. So that's...
I do know. Supposedly, there was talks about a law that would allow for 5 years of eligibility, no sit out on transfer the first time, and then you're done after that. Which unfortunately is probably a pretty pragmatic idea.
The worst person you've ever met makes a great point.
It makes a very, very good point. You definitely need to get a handle on it. I don't want Congress involved, man.
Yeah, anyone but Congress, please. This is we have people in charge already who should be making these rules. Why aren't these people making the rules?
Right.
It's incredibly frustrating.
Should Charles Bediako be involved in my beloved college basketball? No, he's too old. Counterpoint, I don't want Congress legislating a player out of college basketball.
Right. I don't want to hear Charles Bediako's name on the floor of the House. It just can't happen. I don't want them using him as an example or anything like that. I want it completely out. Keep politics out of college basketball. Keep it out of the NCAA. I agree, Cameron. Good take there. Anything else happened over this break with you, man? Anything crazy? How's the playoffs been for you?
Playoffs have been really good. Anything? What how have you been? I always blow through asking you what your life is like. So what's up in Brett world?
I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, I'm working on my documentary for my capstone. It's about the job market post graduation. So hopefully I'll be done with that Monday. No, I have to be done with it Monday because it's due Monday. So it will be done on Monday. I'm not sure whether I'm going to post it because I've gotten pretty far with it and I've been using licensed music. So I I want to post it to YouTube, but I can't. Like I'm already so far, and like I just to kind of not piece it together, but lay it out for you is like the documentary is centered around the music. It's Rush E. Do you know the song Rush E?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Dun, dun. Like I love like that piano track, so I kind of wanted to get that chaotic energy with like the stuff I'm doing. So I'm still trying to work on like putting it all together, but I'm too far now that like I can't like stop using it. And my teacher said it's fine. Like if I want to use it, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just can't post it anywhere. And like I just kind of had to wrestle with the idea that that's probably what it's going to be, and anyone who wants to see it, I'll have to send it to them. Not a big deal, but I've been working really hard on that. I'm going to the Texas State spring game on Saturday to do coverage for them. What else am I doing? I think that's pretty much it. Just being a dad. Liam's still in school. Wife's good. Yeah, life is great, man. Just been working. Nothing. I'm ready for summer. I'm really ready for summer, man.
Absolutely.
We got our first like nice warm. It rained a little bit this morning, but clouds cleared pretty fast, and it was hot, and I was itching to get to the river. So we're close, man. We're very close. But let's go ahead.
Life.
Let's go ahead and get into the show a little bit. I wanted to talk a teensy bit of football. It's not even really football related. It kind of is, but we're just gonna get into some a little teensy football, a little microdose of football before we get into this NBA playoffs. A little more basketball talk. Big story that came out while we were gone, Cameron. Mike Vrabel and the Dianna Russini situation. At this point, if you're listening, you already know what's happened. The outcome has already been kind of decided. Dianna Russini resigned from the Athletic last week. Vrabel still has his job. He had a press conference today talking about it. And I will say, man, what I wanted to talk about with this is like how just kind of unfair it is that like and we're not condemning cheating at all. Like I'm not saying that like both of these people like
we are condemning. We're not condoning.
Yeah, yes, condemning. Right? Am I using the?
Are we pro or against cheating?
We're against.
We are not condoning it.
We are not.
We are condemning it.
Are condemning, not condoning cheating. Thank you.
There
Cameron.
you go.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's not okay. Regardless, they have to reap what they sow when they do stuff like this. I hate that. Like my take on it is, I hate when personal life stuff trickles into your professional life, and it's not going to affect Mike Vrabel at all. Like this, if anything, for him was more of just like, Mike Vrabel, like, oh, like yeah, what a dog, and I'm not even trying to be like extreme when I say that, but Dianna Russini like lost her job over this, and like she was at the top of the game in like the reporting world for like especially the NFL, and I mean, like I said, it's a big deal. Like you have to reap what you sow, but like it's just kind of not fair in my eyes that like she's the one who's going to pay the heaviest for this, and it's going to be harder for her to recover. And Mike Vrabel's there's not even really a dent that's going to happen with his career. Not that I'm saying it should. Like I said, no one professionally should lose any job over this, but the shoes that she's in, like she's one of the few people in the world where it's like, okay, we probably do need to know what you're doing in your personal life, because how are you getting information? Now information could be withheld or, maybe not so accurate because she has a personal relationship with this person, and it's like it's journalistic integrity. That is something that they preach to you about in school, like when you're going through this stuff. So like I understand it from that sense. I hate seeing somebody lose their job for a mistake like this, especially someone as awesome as Dianna Russini was at her job. I loved reading her stuff on The Athletic, loved listening to her show. It's just a shame, man. But do you have any thoughts on it?
I have a few. It's obviously, the caveat of like we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So, we can say that pretty definitively. I would agree with you, and like it reminds me of in a much diminished capacity of you remember the U2 cheating couple?
Yeah.
Where it was like, oh, they were having an affair at the concert, and then the lady, the head of HR, like lost her job. It's like, no, I agree with you. Like, look, is it bad? Certainly, but like what you do in your personal life in terms of your relationships probably shouldn't cost you your livelihood. I do think my one small caveat is like, unless you're a reporter for a professional sports league, like
Right.
fucking a coach, probably. Like, that's the one caveat where I'm like, no, I see it. And I agree with you in the sense of like, it sucks for her because if the situations were reversed and it was like, oh, a male reporter was cheating or was the side piece from like a female head coach, neither one of them would lose their job and the female head coach would face the most flack. Like, regardless.
Like that's a great example. Even if you like flip it like to where the male's a reporter, the woman's the coach, like it's still like, men, they mess up. Boys will be boys. But yeah, she like imagine like Kim Mulkey and Adam Schefter. Like,
Ugh, sorry. That's just a horrific. Sorry.
Love isn't dead, but what I'm saying is like you're right. It's like Adam Schefter. It would be like, Adam, you dog. Like,
or it would be like, really, Adam, you couldn't do better. Whereas for Kim Mulkey, it would be like,
that's true.
She's obviously unprofessional. She's not cut out. Like, she already faces
can't keep it in her legs.
So much
Can't
shit.
Focus. Yeah.
Right? She already catches so much shit for just being like a not great coach sometimes. Like, sometimes she messes up and she catches so much shit for it from a passionate fan base that, like, if she had that scandal going on, people would call for her to be killed. Like,
and to stay in that school that she works for, imagine if she was like messaging young frat boys on campus, asking them to go to yoga with them, she'd be fired. But Lane Kiffin is the highest paid coach in college football.
Lane Kiffin, I've heard that name.
And guess who their basketball coach is?
Right?
Will Wade.
Will Wade.
This school.
Is Kim Mulkey the most ethical coach at LSU?
Yes, it's not even close.
Aside from their baseball coach, I don't know anything about their baseball team.
I don't know. I not important.
Of the coaches we're naming, Kim Mulkey comes out the most ethically sound.
Big win
Watch,
for
it's going
Kim
to come
Mulkey.
out. It's going to come out next week that she like massacred an elementary school in her youth, and we have to retract this statement entirely. But yeah,
it's actually Will Wade.
To put a fine point on it, like, it sucks. It's complicated. It's probably unfair that the woman loses her career, like truly, genuinely, because it does call into, and like the integrity of how she's getting information and how she's making these sources. And like the part we haven't touched on yet that we kind of may want to dance around is like every major sports league now is in bed with a sports book. Whether it be DraftKings or FanDuel or Kalshi. And so when the news you're reporting as an insider may or may not cost people money, you getting that information in an ethical way matters. Or it should. Maybe it doesn't with everybody's insider trading already, but like in an ideal world, it should. So...
No, you're right. I didn't even think about the gambling aspect of it. Like, that's a very good point. And now it adds like a whole nother web of like problems that come with the situation.
Yeah. But so hopefully she lands on her feet. Hopefully Mike Vrabel faces like an ounce of consequences.
He won't. He's not.
He won't. I saw there's an article today where it's like introducing like whatever his wife's name is, the man behind Mike Vrabel. And I was like, sick. We're doing like positive PR on his wife, which is good. She's a victim in this, but like,
right, yeah. But also, you're kind of dragging her. You're kind of dragging her into rekindling his image when she didn't do anything wrong.
Right, like, oh my God, look, he's married to such a nice woman. It's like, okay, then why was he going after?
Yeah, why was he at a lovers hotel in Sedona, Arizona?
Which is
with
so awesome, dude.
The detail. Look. As terrible as the story is, as the details kept coming out, it was so much more damning. It was like, because first it was like, oh, they're just friends hanging out. And then it's like, oh, where were they? And then you see the picture of them holding hands in that beautiful background. And then you see the pictures of them at the pool together. And it's like,
oh, they're on a honeymoon. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then at the bar, it's like,
sick.
Y'all, like, I mean, I can't help you anymore. Like, these photos are so damning. Like,
it's always one of those things where it's like, men and women can be friends. Oh, but you are not helping that case.
Yeah,
right.
Really
there.
bad day for the people who are like women and men can be friends. But it's so true though. It's so, oh my God. Yeah, Mike Vrabel's ruining it for all other men who want to be friends with Dianna Russini or Kay Adams.
Not all men, but always a man. That's what you can take away from this.
That's very it's very wokey, Cameron. Very based. I like that.
Sorry, should I roll it back? Women are wrong? Question mark?
No lip shit on my feed. All right, well, you have something else in here as well. Big news coming out of the WNBA expansion. I know you're getting look at this smile you got talking.
No, it's gonna sound like I'm pandering even harder here.
Yeah, getting off this story about a woman where we bang the table for this woman to not lose her job. We go on to WNBA news.
We go on to the W, where everyone else is going to call me woke. But Houston's getting a W team.
Yep,
They bought
Houston's. It's coming home.
Tillman Fertitta bought the Connecticut Sun, which the W didn't handle this in a way that I thought was appropriate. It's kind of, I don't enjoy the idea of like robbing another franchise of their team. Especially because the Connecticut Sun were like a popular team in that area and in that
They're
market.
pretty historic too, right? Like they've been around for a long time.
And you could have just given Houston a team. You could have just done an expansion. But Comets are coming back. Comets, of course, ripped off 4 straight and then folded like 3 years later for money. So I'm excited to see Juju Watkins in a Comets jersey, and I will be going to every game. I say that I'll go to like 3, and it'll be the best time I've ever had.
And you'll spend a total of like $11 to go. That'll be awesome.
I genuinely hope for their sake it's like tickets are like $15 a piece. Like, dude, just please charge. I want to give you money. I want the W team.
Yeah, I want this to succeed. Please fucking take my money.
But I'll be excited, dude. I'll be catching when Dallas comes to town. I'll see Paige and her girlfriend. When Indiana's in town, I
forgot about that too. The
Azzy Fudd, right?
The teammate lovers. This has to be a first in sports history. Like, it's just absolutely insane to me.
It's not.
Well, I guess for the WNBA, it's definitely not. Where
right,
probably like 75% of their player base is.
God,
LGBT.
who was it in the postseason this season? Somebody hit a game winner over two
their
defenders,
wife, right?
And those defenders were married. So for the W, not new. Very funny.
But very weird too. Like, just real quick, I kind of want to talk about how like the dynamic of that would work. Like, they're obviously 2 very young people, so like, not saying that like it won't last. But
I would say, look, love wins. We're rooting for them.
Yeah,
inevitably.
But if things go south and they break up, what happens? Like,
or in a positive light, what if one of them gets traded while they're still together? And you go like long distance for 6 months out of the year.
Yeah, would that be again? It's these are dynamics now we have to ask about. Like, I'm genuinely curious, like how
I would love to be in the boardroom for like when that idea is pitched to like the 30 old white guys who are really only doing this for money.
Yeah,
it's like, you said they're what?
They're
dating.
Two of our players are dating.
Is that legal here? I thought we're bringing them to Houston.
Wait a minute. One of them is white. One of them is black. That makes them two. Happy for them though. Regardless, beautiful couple.
Look, beautiful couple. It'll be. Look, I'm rooting for it simply because I think it's fucking awesome if they're both really good to just be like, yeah, you got gamed on by like those two. Sorry, they're gonna go.
The jokes on Twitter are gonna go crazy.
They're gonna go home and break down film, and they're gonna come back tomorrow and kick your ass again. Sorry, it's just how it goes. I do know one quick fun little tidbit. The W's CBA collective bargaining agreement does say if you are pregnant, the team has to get your consent in order to trade you. So you can't be traded if you are like, you have let the team know that you are pregnant.
Nice little which
nugget. Is awesome.
That's really cool. Yeah,
that's a clause that you'll never find anywhere else, simply because like men don't deal with it. It's never something we've had to consider.
All right, well, we'll see you in Portland next week, brother, because you're still gonna play. I guess we'll give you a game off.
They want to trade. They want to trade me. Guys, surprise!
Yeah. Well. Pulls out the pregnancy stick.
Right.
This is my no trade clause. All right, man. Let's go on to some NBA talk before we get into the playoffs. Let's talk about the postmortem as you wrote it on our notes to our teams. R.I.P. the Warriors, R.I.P. the Grizzlies and Hornets. And I think eventually we'll get to it, but soon we'll be adding the Rockets to that list. But first, your team, Cameron. Yeah. It inevitably seems like the Steph Curry, Draymond, Steve Kerr dynasty could be over, man. What are your thoughts on that? Like, did you ever think that, like, you'd get to the day where obviously everything ends and nothing's forever? But did you think you'd ever get to this day where you're facing it now and like dark days are probably ahead for you guys until the rebuild's done and however long they if they start one?
Yeah, man. I not to be like woke and omniscient, like I knew this day would come. Hell, I thought it had come in 2021. Like, you go through 2015 where you win, you lose in 2016 to LeBron in 7 games, and you can see my cat. So apologies. And you win back to back. You bring Kevin Durant in, and it's like you end up winning 4 and 8 years. There's that. You can still see him.
Cute cat, by the way. Love cats. So
thank you. His nickname is Parmesan, but you will hear me refer to him as Freak, and it is with all the love in the world. But he annoys me. But you win 4 and 8 years, and the 2022 title was like not expected, right? They beat a Celtics team that was probably better than them, 1 through 10. And you beat them because Steph Curry went like unconscious for 6 games. And then I thought it was probably going to be over. And I had kind of made peace with this idea of like, however you want to end your career, you've earned the right. You won 4 and 8 years. I cannot sit here and be like, you need to trade everybody and build. Fuck that, dude. Like, and then they shortchange Klay Thompson. They don't want to pay him, which I get. I mean, he was a diminishing player, but you try to do this 2 timeline thing where it's like, we got James Wiseman, who is, I don't think, in the league anymore, and we got Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga, and we're gonna build these young guys. They're gonna be good when Steph and crew are less good, and that just like never materialized. And like, I've been banging the drum for like 3 years now where I'm like, just fucking blow the team up. Like, give me Steph, Klay, Dre, and let them ride it out, but stop trying to like make Jonathan Kuminga the savior of your franchise. So it was cool. I mean,
he's been playing very well for the Hawks, by the way. Just want
to... fuck you. I have a note in here that says, fuck you, Kuminga isn't good. So which one of us is correct? I'll
probably
get to
the guy
that
who's been watching the games.
Probably the guy who is invested in how good Kuminga is doing. But so it was cool, man. I'm seeing Steph, seeing Dre. They have a 2-man game that I don't think you're going to see maybe in a long time in the league. I mean, Steph Curry still has nights where he's electric. I mean, when he beat the Suns, he singularly beat the Suns to advance. That was like a big deal. So it's sad. It's Steve Kerr had a quote that I think I really like, which was like, after they beat the Suns, before they got beat by the Clippers, he said, for one more night, like, we were us. We were champions. It's like, that's a great way to look at it. And it's a better end than a lot of dynasties have gotten. And, you kind of just got to sit and be happy with it. So, Steph is probably going to play another 3-4 years. I hope he can do whatever he wants, but I hope for his sake he gets another shot at it just because he deserves it.
Do you think that'll be with the Warriors?
If he's on the Warriors, he will not get another shot. Jimmy Butler comes back next year, which is good. But if you look at who they ran out this year, Steph, Dre, Podziemski, Al Horford. After the deadline, it was Kristaps Porzingis. Gui Santos played an important role for them, which I never thought I'd say. Pat Spencer was there. So I won't say they overachieved. They kind of just did what we all thought, which was you got a chance, and it didn't pan out, and that's kind of how it goes. But it is sad, I think, and I hear reports. I don't know if they're substantiated yet of Steve Kerr maybe calling it quits after this season. Which is, if that is the case, hell of a career for him as a player and a coach.
Yeah, he couldn't have done it any better.
No, man. Look,
like every move was the right one.
He got like what 4 rings as a player, and then another 4 as a coach.
And he only coached for the Warriors.
Only coach for the Warriors. I do hope, and I'm selfish in this way, I do hope Curry stays at the Warriors and retires a Warrior and has that 20-year career with one franchise, because you don't see that much anymore. And I hope he gets that accolade on his sheet.
And I think he will too. I think it's hard to, at this point in probably his career, to think about moving somewhere else. And like, obviously you want to be competitive, maybe you want to win, but also maybe he's just kind of at the point where it's like, I would just rather ride out my time here where I've started my career. And I mean, I wouldn't want to move from the Bay Area either if I was Steph Curry, to be honest with you.
I mean, if you look at his resume, and again, this is about Steph. Like, Draymond was there. Draymond is vitally important. Steph is obviously the face of that team. But if you look at his resume, it's like 11 All-NBA teams, 2 MVPs, one of them unanimous, 4 rings, a Finals MVP, and an Olympics gold medal. Like, there's really not anything else he could do. He did it all. And so, as a fan of him and the Warriors, if he, behind closed doors, tells the ownership, look, like, I'm going to retire here, I'm going to play it out, and, you can prep for the time after me, like, you got to give him respect. I don't think that'll happen, because I think their owner's a fucking moron, but, we can end on the happy note of, like, Steph Curry gets to pen the end to his own career, which may we all be so lucky.
Yeah, I love Steph Curry too, so I'm not a hater by any means. So I'll be happy to see him go. I'll hate to watch him leave, I guess. It's it's sad because I don't know, as a guy who just loves points on the board, like a guy who can put as many up as possible, it's like you always have a special place in my heart, and Steph Curry had that for such a long time.
The definition of a nuclear shooter.
Yes, dude. Oh my
Christ
goodness,
almighty.
man. I was watching I scrolled through it on Reels where it was like he's either 20, I think it was 2016 where he like had that just insane year where they lost. It was 2016 where they lost in the finals. Yeah. Where it was just like basically just like a reel of him like throughout the year, just like making these 3-point shots that are just like look impossible, but he makes it look so easy. Like it's like, man, like I don't think like I was sitting there thinking like, man, I don't really think I appreciated how good he is, because he is the best 3-point shooter of all time. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And I don't know. I'm like I said, I'll be sad to see him go. Happy to watch him leave, but I mean, it's not. But moving on to my Grizzlies, finally the year is over. We finally how do we say it? I don't want to be. We finally put the old dog down.
The long national nightmare is over.
Yeah, it's like our terrorist owner and our sniper point guard. Like it couldn't get any worse for this team. But that being said, that means it also couldn't get any better going forward, because I think John Moran's out the door, and I just have a feeling that they're gonna land in that top 4 in the lottery, and we're gonna get a game changing player. But knowing the Grizzlies, it's going to be like, we have pick 4. We'll just go with Nate Ahmet because it seems like a safe pick. And it's like we're passing up Aka, Flemings, and all these other potentially all-star players just because. Yeah, but.
Hey, man, they got a 37% chance at the top 4 and a 9% chance at 1 overall.
I like those odds, man. I take that. That 37% is nice.
I'm about to say.
A lot.
You got a 1 in 3 chance of getting a top 4 pick, and if you land that top 4 pick, you're gonna get a guy who is gonna be the guy. Take that every day of the week.
Yeah, and I don't think you could overthink it at 4 either. Whoever's the best available player
whoever's there
at that time, you
right.
just pull the trigger. It's right. Okay. We don't need to overthink this. I don't care about need. Take the best player. Take the absolute best player, because we've talked about so many times at length that this draft class is going to be so special, and there's only so much more we could talk about it. But let's get into the playoffs. Actually, first awards. Sorry.
Hold on. you're not going to post-mortem the Hornets, who I threw this in there so I could put it on record. You texted me bereft of any context, horny, horny, horny in all caps.
Yeah,
and
they won that when they won that play-in, or not the
right
the first
when they
round
won
of
the play-in game, and I was in a hotel room, and I was like, I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what this is in reference to. I don't know what the context is.
Yeah,
I didn't know we were
horny,
friends
horny.
like this.
Wow, me too, I guess. No, I'm talking about the Hornets, dude. Jesus. Like,
I'm glad I deleted the pictures I had taken. No,
yeah,
it's,
crap.
the Hornets flamed out, not for lack of trying. They'll be back next year. My king, Con Knipple. God save us all. That's all I have on them. I just wanted to expose our text.
It was a fun few months of fandom. I was really hoping that they'd be playing right now, but as we'll get into it, the Magic are playing the Pistons pretty well. And as I thought, no matter who got that 8 seed, I thought that was going to happen regardless. Just wish it was the Hornets, though. It seemed like it'd be a little more fun if it was the Hornets, but
Absolutely.
yeah. But let's go and go on award season. We don't know the MVP yet. I don't know why the NBA does this, where they release these awards just randomly on certain days. I'm sure there's a schedule to it. I just don't know it. But let's get into it. Wemby, unanimous Defensive Player of the Year, well deserved. Keldon Johnson, Sixth Man of the Year. SGA, the Clutch Player of the Year. And like I said, we don't have an MVP yet. But Cameron, anyone that pops out to you right away when I read you that list?
I want to give shout outs, not that he needs it from me, to Wemby, first ever unanimous DPOY. Not only was he unanimous, he was the first ever. They did some sick ad roll campaigns about him being an alien and all him being a great defender. Obviously, prayers up. He's dealing with a concussion right now and hopefully nothing more. But man, you watch him play, you watch him step foot on a basketball court, and it's like, fuck, is the league just over, man? Is it just over?
Yeah, it is.
The answer is yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keldon Johnson, another Spur, being the sixth man. If Wemby's healthy and if they can escape this Blazers series, I think they'll be poised for a run. Clutch Player of the Year is such a stupid fucking award. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I didn't quite understand. I don't understand it, but yeah.
It's so stupid. It's a new award. It's not like it has any history to it. The previous winners are like De'Aaron Fox, DeMar DeRozan, Steph Curry, and now SGA. And it's like the thing about this that pisses me off the most is like, if you win DPOY or MVP or like sixth man of the year, there are various criteria that you can use to create arguments for players. So if you have an MVP case like Giannis, it was like dominant offensive force, great defender, and he won it over James Harden. If you were James Harden, it was like he fucking averages 50 whenever he wants. If you're Russell Westbrook, it was like triple-double for a season. So you can always craft arguments for these guys. Clutch Player of the Year is a very statistical argument. It is who makes the most points in the clutch, defined clutch situations. It's not an award so much as it is like, you were the steals leader, you were the clutch player. Like, why do we have to vote?
It's just off vibes. Like, it's not even like you said, not even really off statistics. It's just like,
all right.
Yeah, like the Thunder win a lot. SGA seems like he makes a lot of free throws. That's pretty clutch.
The part that also pisses me off is that the Thunder, notably, SGA doesn't play in the fourth quarter. They beat people so badly. He sits for the fourth. What clutch situations is he in?
That's a very good point. Yeah, they need to dive into this a little more.
They almost won 70 fucking games, and you're telling me that he was the clutch player of the year? Buddy, come on.
Yeah, it's like like you said, they won almost 70 games, and it's not like all 70 of those games were close. Like, I would imagine
they weren't in like nail
biters.
Yeah. I'd be shocked if half their games were within 10 points. Like,
do you have an idea who will win MVP? Because I saw Wemby snuck into the finalist pool last minute. So do you have an idea who's going to win MVP?
I think that if you're a voter, you probably leaned to Shea, which is not like a bad vote. I think he definitely has the most solid case, which is like, he is a very good offensive player. He is a good defensive player. and he is the best guy on the best team in the league. I think Jokic's case is hurt by the fact that, like, he is not as good of a defender, and for a center, you really need to be, since you are the back line. Offensively, he's better than anybody else in the league. I'm a Jokic guy. I still probably would have leaned Shea. Wemby snuck in barely over the 65 games.
Which, by the way, is a stupid rule.
Stupid rule, heinous rule. Fucking get rid of it.
But why not Wemby? Like, if I'm looking at like how impressive it is that like how fast the Spurs turn around, and it's mostly because of him, and like how, and not only like that they get into the playoffs, they were the 2 seed and handled the Thunder throughout the regular season pretty handedly. Like it won the series total like throughout the season. So like, why not Wemby? I don't know. Like I get your case for SGA, and that's probably who I would go with too. But why not Wemby?
No, I mean you have a very good point, which is one that like people certainly smarter than me have been asking, and my whole logic around it falls into the idea of like, if you look at Wemby's minutes total, he averaged like 25 minutes a game. And when he's on the court, he's a defensive menace. He warps the geometry of the court. Offensively, he is that guy. He can beat you down low. He can shoot threes. He can do whatever. He can facilitate. So I think he has a very good case. I think it ultimately comes down to like Shea's team was better. Shea played probably over the course of the season 800 more minutes. And wow, offensively, Shea was better. Defensively, Wemby was better. So I would just lean to the guy who played more. But that being said, if you told me like a week from now, hey, Wemby won the MVP, I'd go, yep, that makes sense. Like,
is it also maybe too, and this is kind of me just kind of joking a little bit, where it's like, well, he's probably going to win like 8 more throughout his career, so maybe he doesn't need this one this year. Maybe we just
unironically, yeah, there's probably also a little bit of that.
Yeah, like where it's like maybe like we just give it to SGA now before like Wemby wins it the next like decade.
Well, you've probably heard it. That's the not the rumor, that's the like anecdote about the Defensive Player of the Year award, which was like once Wemby wins 1, he's gonna win 9 in a row. Yeah. Simply because like nobody's ever gonna be a defender like he is. It's just a question of if he hits 65 games.
Right.
Like that's it.
He will win an award, but will he play the game minimum?
Right. Honestly,
that's the question.
Wemby is the biggest argument against the 65 game award in the sense of like, if Wemby played 55 games, I still may vote him Defensive Player of the Year. Like, remember last year or the year before when he led the league in blocks, only playing half a season?
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
I think it was I think when Gobert won his 4th or whatever. But yeah, like if you took away the 65 game rule, I might vote Wemby for Depoy every year. I don't care if he played 20 games. Like right. He may just be that good.
Yeah, it's just like when there's a 7'5" guy who can move like a point guard out there, like it's
disgusting.
And his not only that, his wingspan.
His wingspan
is like 9 feet long. Like it's
freaky.
You can't get a shot. Yeah, alien freak.
We're saying alien because that's his nickname, not because he's an immigrant. Okay, yeah. that is his.
We're not calling him slurs. That is his nickname.
That is what he is called.
And he'll even tell you that. But I had nothing else to get into with these awards. Let's get into the playoffs, Cameron. You've been the biggest watcher of this, so I'll let you kind of lead the way a little bit, man. But we've had some good series so far. Most of these series are over. I think the 1-1 is a little bit more like, okay, they're putting up a good fight. Like Hawks, Knicks, Sixers, Celtics, Spurs, Blazers. Like I think you see 1-1 in these series, and I still don't think it's like. I still don't think the Hawks are going to win that series. I don't think the Blazers obviously have a chance, and I definitely don't think the Sixers have a chance against the Celtics. So I'll say, if anything, thank you for making it a series, but also like thanks for coming. Let's get to the next round. You know.
So you're pack watching them all already.
Yeah, it's. I will say the eyes I have on like the series that like is must watch, can't miss. I think is T-Wolves Nuggets. Like, and then
That's
obviously, if you want to hate watch Rockets Lakers, I think that's been like my number one.
Yeah.
I sit there like a movie villain, like with my fingers. Like,
Right. You're petting the cat on your lap.
yes, LeBron.
Yeah. So there's eight series going on right now. I've got thoughts, unfortunately, on all of them.
I knew you would, and I'm okay with that. That's why we're here.
First series we'll go over is Raptors Cavs. The main thought on this is that I said the Cavaliers would win the East way back at the beginning of the season.
I do remember that. Yeah.
I didn't say that James Harden would be on the Cavaliers, and like we should acknowledge the fact that what the Cavs are doing is basically like James Harden and one of their centers, either Jared Allen or Evan Mobley, will be on the floor, and then when they come off, Donovan Mitchell and the other center will come on the floor, and that's when they're not playing together. That's when they decide to give one of those a break. So in that way, I give. I think it's JB Bickerstaff is still their coach, or maybe it's.
I'll check real quick, but I'm pretty sure
Kenny
you're right
Atkinson.
about that.
It's one of those two. I think JB's in Detroit. I think it's Kenny Atkinson, actually.
Kenny Atkinson. Yeah.
There we go. I was stuck in 2022. I'll give Kenny Atkinson a lot of credit. Came from the Warriors, just a little flex. He was also a head coach with Brooklyn before that. But he's kind of got them figuring out how to play. The Raptors are not what I would call like they shouldn't be a challenging team to the Cavs. They're not a team that I'm like, oh my God, they're upsetting them. The Raptors aren't. The Raptors just seem dysfunctional. They have all season. I think I'm gonna butcher his last name, but their coach Darko something.
I'll look it up right now, but yeah, I couldn't tell you.
You know, you're good. This is me not wanting to butcher a. I think it's like a Slavic name.
Rajakovic or something. I don't know. Rajakovic. I think
Darko.
it is Darko.
Rajakovic. There we go.
Rajakovic. Yeah, okay. I'm not saying a name ever again.
Dude, it's always the Slavic names where it's like, how many consonants are in here?
Yeah, and it's like, even if I say it wrong, it sounds worse than if I just didn't say it at all.
Right. And I think he's a good coach. I think he's a passionate coach who brings a lot of European-style ideas to the team. I just don't think the Raptors are built very well. I think Scotty Barnes is great. I think Emmanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett are good pieces. I think they've got a lot. They're in that weird sort of position of like, we've got a lot of money dedicated to guys who aren't helping us a ton right now. And once we can clear that off, maybe. The big thing here is I think the Cavs probably win this pretty handedly. And I hope the Raptors can kind of clarify what their idea of success looks like. Because Scotty Barnes is good, but the team does not seem to be humming.
And they're also just not built for like you were kind of talking. They're not really built to win, and they weren't supposed to be that good. They're in the playoffs, great, but it's like, is like your ceiling? Do you really want your ceiling to be like maybe make the playoffs and get bounced in the first round? Like, you know, to me that just seems unproductive, and you know, they just need. Seems like what can get them over the hump is like exactly what they needed in 2019 was when Kawhi was there. They just need a franchise player, which I mean, I guess you could say that for every team, but like that's just kind of what it takes for like these markets like Toronto or Cleveland and Fort. Well,
yeah, and it's like but, you know, Scotty Barnes may become that, but despite having,
but
like,
will
we can
he?
call it,
but will
yeah,
he?
I mean, we can call it depth. Like the Raptors are not like a shallow team, but it's like Scotty Barnes, I'm still pretty high on. Like RJ Barrett, okay, like he's 25, but he's been fine. But like Grady Dick hasn't shot the ball well for them. I still don't buy Brandon Ingram as like a first option.
I can't believe people are still paying him money to.
They're paying him $38 million, and I've never been high on the BI sort of thing. They got Trace Jackson Davis from the Warriors, who I watched. Like that was my guy when he came in, and he's just not become much. Colin Murray-Boyles, who they drafted this past year, has been okay. Like, had a fine rookie year. And funnily enough, like one of their most productive guys has been Jamal Shed, Houston's own.
Hey, let's go.
Like it's not like they're missing guys. It's just the team's construction isn't great, and they're missing and it's going to be kind of like a no dumb moment, but they're missing like a Steph or a Shea or like a lead guard who can make things happen. They're paying Jakob Poeltl, apologies, like $19.5 million. I don't know if you know about Jakob Poeltl. I think he's averaged like 9 minutes a game this season.
Oh my God.
So, and it's not his fault. He has a back injury. I get it. Injuries suck, but it's
good for him. Get that bag too.
Right. It's very much sort of like you got money, you spent it. Maybe you didn't spend it well.
Yes, maybe now spend it in the right place. Right.
Right.
But but as you said, you think Cavs are going to handle the Raptors pretty easily?
Yeah.
Do you think the Raptors at any point? Do you think they could take a game? Like, I know it's basketball, anything can happen, but do you think that the Cavs are going to let up at all? Like, it just seems like they're all gas, no breaks.
I think the Cavs are cursed by whatever they built their stadium on to drop a game or two. I as much as I'm like showboating about, like, I called it, the Cavs are doing good. It's been like 2 games. You need to win, I think, 16 to win a title. So
only 14 more. That's not that much, man.
That's not that much. That's also so many.
When you have the 14 hardest games you will ever win. Yeah.
I think the Knicks have shown they're beatable. I think the Celtics have shown they're beatable. So
I disagree with the Celtics one, but I'll let
you know. We'll get to that. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I saw them collapse against the Pacers last season, and I'm kind of like, James Harden is known for shitting the bed. Cleveland is known for shitting the bed. If they shit the bed together, it's not going to be pretty.
Well, maybe 2 negatives make a positive this time. You know?
Right. If we both shit the bed, then neither of us shit the bed.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, well, maybe we just, like, instead of one of us doing it, what if we're both here and it cancels it out? You know, like
or like they both have their bad night, like on the same game, where it's like, cool, we got it out of the way. We scored only 40 points, but
the worst basketball game ever played in NBA history.
Right.
James Harden got fat again.
Like overnight. It was super weird.
Yeah, overnight, yeah. All right, let's go into this next series. This is one I mentioned I was pretty excited. Did you have anything else, Cam? I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No.
Okay, so let's get to this one. T-Wolves Nuggets, 1-1 tied right now. You had a note here about Rudy Gobert. I'll let you get to it, but
disgusting.
Yeah, I think the Nuggets will pull away. I think it's going to be very, very tough for them to do so. I think the Wolves are very good. I think Anthony Edwards is just one of the best players in the league. He's capable, and he is one of those guys who is good enough that I think could get you to a finals. Now, granted, in this West, I don't know how far they're going to get, but I don't know. I think whoever wins this series, I'd be pretty confident in saying that, like, maybe it's possible that they could at least give the Spurs a series if they don't have Wemby, and maybe give the Thunder a few games, but I don't know. I'll let you go ahead and talk about it. What do you think about this series?
I think the series is going to be a rock fight. I mean, these are teams that have matched up before. They constantly seem to have each other's number. It's not like if you look at Thunder Suns, it's like, yeah, it's probably going to be a 4-0 sweep. Here it's going to be like you're fighting in the trenches just trying to get a single point advantage. I think Jokic is still the best player in the series, but when Anthony Edwards decides to just fucking go, I mean, he'll put 40 on you in half a second.
He's so fun. Like
he's so fun.
He truly is like one of those guys. It's like I do see a little bit of Michael Jordan in him. I've heard those comparisons a lot, but it's like when the motor's running, man, I just don't think there's anyone better. But again, it's just like, is the motor running? It's not to say he's inconsistent. He's obviously a very, very good player, but
he's still young. Like, that's really what he's like 24.
That's crazy.
I think.
That's crazy. I feel like he's been around forever.
And so it's like, I definitely think that like he and Jokic are obviously a super fun match because they don't match up directly. So it's like they both can take over a game at the same time in different ways. I don't have a pick for this. I would say it's the Nuggets, but in game 2, the Timberwolves kind of just beat the shit out of everybody the Nuggets put in front of them and walked away. Jaden McDaniels gave that quote afterwards. I don't know if you saw it, where they're like, "What was your game plan?" And he was like, "Fucking go at Jamal Murray, go at Jokic, go at Aaron Gordon. They're all bad defenders. They can't stop us." It's like,
True.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
True.
In that game, yeah, but like, and on the flip side, it's like when Jokic and Jamal Murray have their two-man game going, good luck. They'll put like 30 apiece on you. So it's a very fun game. This is, I think, the most fun game in terms of like adjustments and matchup and seeing who can outcoach. And I think, like I had made a note of, I think it genuinely, and I never thought I would say this, I think it comes down to Rudy Gobert. And that's like, and I like Rudy Gobert. I've been a Rudy Gobert defender. I just never thought I'd say that phrase.
Yeah, you said it, and you had it written down here, so
right?
You can't get away
Rudy
with it.
Gobert is so we've alluded to it, like in basketball, the center position is like pretty important defensively. You're usually the biggest guy on the floor, responsible for protecting the rim from layups, the highest percentage shot. And when you don't have a good rim protector, teams can score a lot of points on you. I'm obviously like dumbing it down. Rudy Gobert has 4 Defensive Player of the Year awards. If Wemby didn't exist, he would have won a 5th one this season. And in this matchup specifically, he has to guard Jokic, which is good. You want him on Jokic. He bothers Jokic in a way that few other players do, simply because he's big and has the wingspan. But the counterpunch to Rudy Gobert is that Jokic is a special type of center who facilitates and plays outside the arc, which means
has
Rudy,
an uncanny ability to just get the worst shots off.
Dude, fucking cocked way back behind his head,
Yeah.
like just catapulted
From
it.
the logo, and it's just like the most perfect swish you've ever seen. And it's,
But he pulls Rudy Gobert away from the basket, which means all of the other Nuggets who Jokic will pass to don't have to go against Gobert at the rim. And the Wolves don't have somebody who can protect the rim beside. I mean, look, Anthony Edwards is good for like a highlight block or two. I don't want to take that away from him, but he cannot stand 48 minutes as a rim defender. And so what you saw is like the T-Wolves put Gobert on like Christian Brown, who can't really shoot. And it's like, okay, cool. Now you've kept your rim protector. And so it's going to be a very interesting chess match that revolves around like, what can you do with Rudy Gobert to make sure your defense doesn't get fucking annihilated?
I remember too when Gobert got traded to the Wolves, and it was kind of, I don't know if it was like the first one like it, but it was the first one I remember where it was like, I forget where he got traded from, but I think it was Utah, where it was like the T-Wolves gave up like 4 first-round picks from it. It's like,
Yeah.
You're giving up 4 first-round picks for Rudy Gobert, and it's like, well, we see how valuable he is. Like you were talking about, just on the defensive side of the ball, and it's kind of crazy to say that you have to strategize around him, but that's kind of what the Nuggets have to do if they're going to want to win the series. And obviously, you'll have to guard Ant, but at the very least, you won't have your rim protector down low. So I agree with you there.
I have a rant for the Rockets Lakers that will tie back into this, but basically the teaser for that is like, basketball is a game of like asking and answering questions, and Rudy Gobert is a very interesting question of like, how are you going to negate our advantage here with him on the floor? And the Nuggets sometimes do really well, sometimes don't. But I mean, it'll be interesting. I think the Wolves are still probably 1 year off. I think Nuggets may win in 7 here, but fucking if it's 7, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, it's close. Well, let's go ahead and go on to this next series. We'll keep this one fast because I do want to get to Rockets Lakers. Hawks next. This series tied 1-1. Again, one of those series I mentioned earlier that like I think the 1-1 isn't indicative to how like lopsided the series is. I think the Knicks are far better than the Hawks. The Hawks aren't a bad team necessarily. Like obviously they were able to sneak a game from the Knicks, but the Knicks are just still like way too good. And I think they'll still come away with the series. Maybe maybe in 6, but my guess is 5.
Yeah, I would. Let's put it this way: if the Knicks don't win, you probably have to blow that team up. I don't think the Hawks should be contending like this in the way that they are. Also, what I was going to say when I was like, fuck you, Kuminga's not good, he averaged 12 points on the season after he got traded. So, like, fine. He was statistically almost exactly like he was on the Warriors. So,
But just with different standards, I think, for each team.
right. Yeah. The standards in Atlanta are like, you can dunk the basketball? Like, yeah, man, come on. Whereas the Warriors are like, if you can't read Steph Curry's mind 3 seconds before he thinks a thought, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, bet to Atlanta with you.
Right.
But you said Kuminga isn't good. Again, I'll have to push back on that because I mean, the Hawks were already in the playoff picture going into them getting him, but he's been a really nice piece for them.
He has been.
Wow,
He has
you
been.
conceded that pretty easily. I'm happy to hear that you've come around.
It's one of those things where, like, the further away you get from a relationship, you kind of look in the mirror and go like, yeah, I wasn't perfect either. It's like I probably bought some Warriors propaganda. I was probably sitting there like, you're letting my GOAT Steph Curry down. And it's like, he was, but you gotta you've got to meet the kid where he is. Right. So he was never going to be like Klay Thompson's replacement. Nobody is except Con Kniffle.
Literally. Easy.
And so I want the best for him. I think the Hawks are going to be kind of scary. I mean that without any irony in my voice at all. Jalen Johnson looks really good. Kuminga looks fine. They're building something. My 2 comments on Hawks Knicks. Risa Shea was benched. Risa Shea, if you remember, was their number 1 overall pick. This is just an old-fashioned bust.
A terrible class, by the way.
Terrible class. You cannot argue against that. This guy may just be like a good old-fashioned bust, and like I don't want to sit here and be like, yeah, no, he fucking sucks, but he's not a number 1 overall pick.
He should not have
guy.
been the number 1 overall pick. Even in that week of a class, he had no business being the number 1 pick. And that's like that's not even in hindsight. That's just like
right.
Like I think
that's
everyone then was like,
what
a shocking pick. Like,
I mean, he played 2 minutes in the last game against the Knicks, which is like, not great for your number 1 overall pick. And he averaged 10 on the season. So, like, fine, man. And I do think there's always the whole, like, you got to give guys room to grow and breathe. That class was bad. And while I joke about him being a good old-fashioned bust, I also, like, wish people would realize that. Like, that draft class fucking sucked.
Yeah, like, every team was just kind of throwing darts at the board. So it's not like there was like a surefire one where it was like, oh, we're going to take the risk. His ceiling is high. It was like, no, we really don't know who to take. We're just going to kind of think, who we think could maybe be a piece here one day. Because
it's funny. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I
if you look at that draft class, like Zachary Richardson went first. Alex Sarr for the Wizards, who's playing better, went second. Reed Shepherd went third, who you could argue they should have taken, but when we get to the Houston series, I'll kind of defend not taking him. And then with the 4th pick, you got Stephon Castle, who was Rookie of the Year. And then, like, at 7, like, Donovan Clingan. At 9, Zach Edey. And it's like, unless you're, like, a sicko. And then you get into, like, Jared McCain and Dalton Connect, yeah. So unless you're a real sicko, and I don't know if even you were like a sicko back at this point, but unless you were like fucked in the head, like none of these guys looked good to you. Like, oh, Reed Shepherd looks good. He's like 6'2" in shoes. So that's my defense. He's a good
college player, and not to say he's not a good NBA player, but he definitely wasn't like on anyone's radar as like has to be number 1 pick. Like he's not. He wasn't that good of a shooter. Wasn't that good of a player at Kentucky. Where they were like, we have to take him number 1.
My last thought on this is Becky Hammon, the Spurs assistant coach and now the coach of the Las Vegas Aces, I believe, in the W, got flamed like 3 years ago because she said teams whose best player are like small guards don't win championships anymore, with like Steph Curry being the exception. And she was saying it about Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, and she got so much backblast for it. Fuck all of you. She's right.
No, she's right.
And
100%.
she's right. And until the Knicks win something, the anger I feel on her behalf will not subside. Because fuck you, she was correct, and just because it hurt your feelings doesn't mean you should attack her for it. I'm white knighting again. So.
One of the best women coaches too, like currently doing it. So it's not like it's like any old scrub on the internet. She obviously knows what she's talking about. Like she's been.
It's
around
also
the game long
she
enough.
said it like 3 years ago, and since then
It's
the
only
Knicks
gotten
have
better.
not done shit. Like that's not fair. They've made deep playoff runs, but like. They got bombed by the Haliband last season. Like fucking, they haven't done shit until Jalen Brunson carries a scrub ass team. That's not fair. They're not scrubs. Until Jalen Brunson wins a ring, like fucking, get off her ass, man. She was correct.
No, she was 100% right. And I also think it goes into like if you're one of these teams who don't have like a top 5 to 7 player in the NBA. Like, just go ahead and pack it up. Like, because you can't win team games in the NBA. Like, you'd have to have a superstar. You have to have a superstar. It is what it is. But let's go on this next series. I'm very excited to talk about this one. Rockets, Lakers. Lakers with a 2-0 series lead right now. No Luka Doncic, no Austin Reeves. Absolutely insane that the Lakers are handling them with 41-year-old LeBron James against this Rockets team who, at the beginning of the year. I mean, I don't know if there's like a co-host we have or someone who's a Rockets fan, but like was saying that like this team's going to win the finals. Like there's like we have Kevin Durant, Alpha Şengün, Amir like Thompson. Like it's just like and Fred VanVleet before he got hurt too, where it's like hindsight's now 2020, where it's like obviously they've fallen apart big time and it's not really working out for them. But like what has gone into like a downfall like this in the first round, where I at least thought they were going to get by the Lakers pretty easily and probably lose the second round. I think no matter who wins the series, they'll lose in the next round. But like, why are the Lakers handling them so easily?
This is where I'm going to go on my long soliloquy. So just please feel free to interrupt me and stop me. It'll do us both good.
Can I stop you real quick? What's a soliloquy?
Yes. Well, it's funny you might ask. No, a soliloquy is if I use the word monologue, is that going to clear it up or
That's
no?
a lot better, yeah.
Okay.
You're just using okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. So
it's fine.
yeah, man. Look, I was a theater kid. I've got the flair for the dramatics.
Soliloquy.
A soliloquy. I think it was a Shakespeare term. My thoughts on this, and they are almost exclusively focused on the Rockets, is. Let's get the easy stuff out of the way first. If you are the Houston Rockets and you lose this series, you got to blow it up. I'm not saying like tear it down to studs, but I'm saying like
a retool has to begin.
Ime Udoka has to go. I'm saying everybody not named Kevin Durant probably goes on the chopping blocks. And I say that, and there are Rockets fans who are going to fucking ask me what I'm smoking. It's like, I'm not saying this because I hate you. I'm saying this because if you watch any of those games, it's very clear that, like, this is an 82-game team. Mm-hmm. And I say that in reference, and you've probably heard this quote, where, like, Draymond Green has been on record saying there are 82-game players and there are 16-game players. Of course, referencing to the regular season and the postseason. It's like, there are players who are very good in the regular season. They'll give you 25 minutes a game. They'll give you 16 points, and you need them to have a productive regular season. There are guys in the postseason who, like Draymond Green, may not do a lot in the regular season, but then the postseason comes and you're like, oh, that's why we're paying him, right? And if there are players who fall into those categories, it would make sense then to assume that there are teams that would fall into those categories. And I genuinely believe the Rockets, as constructed, are an 82-game team, not a 16-game team. They beat you on being physically aggressive, on being defensive, on rebounding missed shots, on getting their own misses, on hounding you and pressuring you. They are not a great shooting team. They're not an offensively efficient team. But they've got Amen Thompson and Tari Eason and Kevin Durant, and you can cobble enough sort of defense around Kevin Durant's offense to like smooth it out when nobody has time to really prepare for you. And so I remember we talked about, and I'm not shitting on Mason here, he's the example of like, we talked about what would you trade for Giannis, and it's like, I wouldn't trade Alperen Şengün. I'd trade Alperen Şengün in a fucking heartbeat, and I said it back then. Hell, I would have traded Amen and Alperen Şengün for
looking at it now,
fucking Giannis.
100% right.
And that's more hindsight. And it comes down to this idea of like, if you watched that series, the Rockets don't have an offense. Like, their offense, you could probably ask them right now, like, what is the offensive strategy? And like most teams, if they were being honest with you, could walk you through a pretty in-depth analysis of like, here's the guys we want taking these shots. Here's how we're working to, hey, we want Kevin Durant to take about 17 shots a game. We want probably 5 or 6 of them to be threes. Here's the action. It looks like it's just give Kevin Durant the ball and hope he makes it. Like,
it seems like there's not really a plan besides like, well, we have Kevin Durant. We'll see what kind of happens.
We have Kevin Durant. It's like, that works. Like, Kevin Durant is still a very good player, a very efficient player. LeBron James is still probably the best player in the series. And like, that sucks for you, but LeBron's not even the best player on his own team.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's very true.
You're catching like the worst version of the Lakers, and you're still not executing. And this goes into kind of the thing I'd prepped earlier, which is like, when you are constructing a team, when you're playing basketball, when you're getting into the X's and O's, you can always, from a coaching perspective, or at least from somebody who thinks that they could be a coach, I'm shitting on myself here. You get to this point of like, what questions does our offense ask of their defense, and what answers does our defense provide for their offense? And you can think about it as like a call and response thing, where it's like, what questions can we answer? Like, what can they throw at us that we are prepared to take care of? And on the other side, what can we do that they don't have answers for? And the Rockets and Ime Udoka was a good head coach in Boston. I think
as we talked in the show earlier about cheating, we don't condone cheating.
We don't condone cheating.
And obviously that was a very ugly breakup with them.
Right. He also cheated on Nia Long. So, I mean, just awful decision-making skills.
Yeah, right there, that should have been the red flag before the Rockets hired him.
And so I think a lot of his success, people will start to attribute to, like, he just had Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. And I think that's probably fair. He's a defensive-minded head coach. He does not have an eye for X's and O's. He's a culture setter. And that's what young, bad teams need.
I was going to allude to that, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, go, please.
Yeah, I was going to say that, like, where the Rockets were when they hired him, like, it's a night and day difference now. Like, the Rockets fans then would be to the moon about where they are now. Like, you have Kevin Durant. You're in the first round of the playoffs as a 4 seed. That's far better than what they could have expected this soon into a rebuild. But now it's like, okay, well, we have these pieces. Ime doesn't really. It seems like he doesn't really know what to do with them. Like, thanks for helping us get this far, but now we gotta see how we can take the next step. And I think that the first thing you gotta do is like you said, just hot seat, and probably let him go too. Unfortunately, and. Yeah, and even so far as like rebuilding the team around Kevin Durant, maybe not getting rid of Reed Shepherd. I will say that maybe that's the one other guy I protect. But yeah, I think everyone else is everyone else has a price.
I think Reed Shepherd can work on the team, and I know we're focusing very heavily on the Rockets, but I think he has a place. I also think that this playoff has exposed why Ime Udoka has been reticent to play him, which is that he's small and he gets hunted. And when LeBron or Luka or Reeves, two of whom have not seen the floor yet, play the Rockets, they will drag him into a pick and roll and then just body him.
Yeah, it's
not his fault. Yeah, like it's not his fault. He is what he is.
But that's not his game though either. Like it seems like his game is more stay outside the 3-point line and just kind of move around till you get open. You know, it's kind of like a cheap version of Steph Curry a little bit.
He's definitely a shooter, and on defense, it's like the Rockets are a big team. That's their calling card. When Steven Adams was out there, they were a massive team that would bludgeon you. Steven Adams, God bless him, made this team work, but that's indicative of you have built a team that does not work well together, and Steven Adams is just really good at patching that up. I mean, you watched him for like 3 seasons.
Yeah, I loved Steven Adams.
I love him to death. He's one of my favorite fucking like underrated guys because everywhere he goes, he makes teams better.
People forget too. Before that, he was on the Thunder, like just like helping.
He was on those Thunder teams with Kevin Durant. Yeah,
he was there with them. So it's he's been around for a while and he's been doing it for a long time. It just kind of shows that like losing a player that you may not think like maybe you don't see like contribute on the stat sheet. It's like it really detriments like a team and how they can move the ball around or even play defense. So it sucks.
Yeah. And so that's what like the questions the Rockets answer on defense is like you can throw really any offense at them and they've got the personnel to kind of stifle or at least direct it like they want, right? Amen Thompson, phenomenal defender. Tari Eason, phenomenal defender. You've got Jabari Smith is supposed to be a good defender. I'm still jury's out on him in my opinion. But you've got like Josh Okogie and
they have so many young players.
Dorian Finney-Smith.
It's
They've
insane.
got guys.
They have so many young players.
Everybody, and even Kevin Durant, to his credit, will like guard. And so it's like it's really good that like you can hang your hat on defense. On offense, you don't ask any questions though. Like your question is like, can you stop Kevin Durant? Yeah. I mean, he's not easy to stop, but teams have been stopping him for like 20 years. That's not to say he's.
It's not like there's not like some big grand secret to it. Like
every NBA player is capable of being stopped. Yeah, the Lakers are doing it by doubling him. That should show you how hard he is to stop. But teams have been planning on how to stop Kevin Durant, a Steph Curry, a LeBron for 20 years. And
yeah, it's not the first like all-star to come around.
Right. And when nobody else on the team can do anything, Şengün, it's a lot of like I thought Draymond Green just bitched Şengün last postseason because that's who Draymond Green is. I'm not so sure you and I wouldn't bitch him in the postseason. I don't know what it is.
Man, he's kind of soft.
And I like him. I want him to succeed. I think he's a very interesting player. I don't think he's baby Jokic, but I think it's very interesting. He cannot play defense for his fucking life, and he cannot play offense to save anybody.
It's like he has to kind of overperform on offense to make up for his like liability on defense, and when he's not playing offense well, it's like, wow, dude, you stink.
And he's not always bad. I want
right. He's
we
still
know
a very
this.
good player. Yeah. Like
you and I aren't sitting here being like trade him away for peanuts. He averaged 20-9 on the season. Like he's a very good player in the regular season, but like he went 9 for 20 last game. Like as a center, you can't do that.
Yeah, that's bad.
As the center that like they kept when they traded away Jalen Green, I guess you can't do that. And then to give flowers to the Lakers on the flip side, JJ Redick, the podcaster, take a bow, collect your flowers.
Yes,
somehow, you have got a team without Luka and without Austin Reeves, led by a 41-year-old LeBron, doing just enough.
And a rookie head coach.
JJ Redick's a second-year coach.
Second year, sorry.
Yeah, but his point stands of like you're doing just enough on defense to stop the Rockets and just enough on offense to beat them. That's great, man. Because when you can do just enough and then you can just give the ball to LeBron with 5 minutes left in the game, you probably win most of those games.
That's very true. Even at 41 years old,
I'm not a LeBron guy. I don't think you are either. I think we're on record calling him a bitch. But when you watch him work in like his year 23 season, and it's like, fuck, dude, he could play till he's 50.
Yeah, he like if he decided to retire at the end of the year, I don't think he's going to. I still think that like he could play as long as he wanted to, even to like you said to like 40, like I'll say 47 to like 50. It's like he could probably still be a big contributor at that age. Like he's just that big of a specimen and like a freak of nature.
It's so funny because if you look at the box score of the last game, the Lakers are up 2-0. They've beat the Rockets twice, once without Kevin Durant, once with Kevin Durant. It's Rui Hachimura playing 43 minutes, a guy who most people kind of wrote off. LeBron James, who had 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. DeAndre Ayton, who is showing up, and that's all we need him to do. Like, he's just being a big body. Marcus Smart playing 35 minutes with 25 points. And then Luke Kennard. You know Luke Kennard.
Luke Kennard, yes.
Luke Kennard with 23. Like, what? Like, if you told me in the year of our Lord 2026, Marcus Smart would have 25 in a playoff game, I'd be like,
right. And
I'd be like, they
Kennard,
won the game. Like, they fucking won the game. He doesn't do that.
I did just look at the box score. I can't believe like some of these players the Lakers have.
It's awesome. LeBron is 39 minutes logged as a 41-year-old.
I love it, man. I do. But it unfortunately feeds into the LeBron's the GOAT narrative a little bit, and I don't like that because I'm a Jordan guy.
And hey, man, while I respect it, at some point, that dragon in your heart's got to tell you everything dies, even Jordan's supremacy.
I mean, okay.
As long as you're not a Kobe #1 overall guy.
No, I don't like those guys. And I only saw a lot of those guys come out after he died. Like, I'll just say that. Like, it's no one was talking about Kobe until his unfortunate passing. But let's put a bow on it now. We've talked enough in length about the Rockets. Let's get to these other series really quick. 76ers Celtics 1-1. Again, another one of these series I don't think is indicative of how lopsided it is. I still think the Celtics are by far away the best team. I think they're going to win the East. I know you mentioned the Cavs. Let's see. Let me pull up the bracket real quick. So actually, most likely a very good chance they will face in Eastern Conference Finals. Obviously, if the Cavs can get by the Raptors, and then either the Pistons or the Magic, who, by the way, the Pistons are dog walking the Magic as we're talking right now.
Figured, yeah.
So that's over. What was the final score? I didn't see it, but anyways, that's over now. I think the Pistons will finally catch up and win that series. I think the Cavs are going to pull through no problem, and I think the Celtics are going to have an easy time with either the Hawks or the Knicks. So I don't have much more to say about the Celtics besides how impressive it is that Jason Tatum is back. When literally not even a year ago, maybe around this time a year ago, we watched him. Like tear his Achilles, and we never see players come back the same from that. And he came back in less time than he was expected to, and not only that came back contributing at an immediate high level right away. So
yeah,
maybe that's just the NBA playoffs, man. I don't know. I like the Celtics over the Cavs. I would like to see the Cavaliers in there just because I do like James Harden as a player, but I don't know, man. I just think the Celtics are just from top to bottom one of the best built teams in the league.
The Celtics are so fucking good. I mean, Jason Tatum is better than I thought he would be. When I say they've shown they can be beat, I mean it only in the sense of like Jason Tatum looked really good game 1. The entire team did. Game 2, Tatum wasn't hitting, Peyton Pritchard wasn't hitting, and the Sixers hit 17 threes, which is high, right? That's not like a normal thing. Mm-hmm. And they lost. And so I think there's a slight gap of like, and this is true for any team, when 2 of our top 5 guys aren't scoring, it's really hard for us to win. Like, yeah, no shit. That's it for everybody. But I think when you face the Knicks, the team that bounced them last season, I think that's going to be a pretty hard series just because the Knicks are like built to answer the Celtics questions, to bring it back. So I would say if it's not the Cavaliers, the Celtics would be my choice to win. Tatum has come back looking better than literally anybody expected. But I'm just hoping Celtics can get through it in 5. Get a little bit of rest, get some time off, like Fucking don't play a 7-game series round 1, or you will lose in round 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I think the Celtics come out there. Suns, Thunders, Suns. Thanks for coming. I don't think we need to go. I don't think we need to go much further into that. Thunder will obviously sweep the series. If somehow the Suns win a game, maybe I'll do something. But I just don't think it's going to happen. Magic Pistons 1-1 now.
I will say.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I will say. I also misspoke earlier. The Warriors beat the Clippers and then lost to the Suns. Not beat the Suns and lost to the Clippers. Fuck you, Jalen Green. The only time I ever see him do anything is against Steph Curry. The only time I ever see him to be fucking anything of a productive player is when he goes into Steph Curry. That's it. That's all I have to say. They knocked out the Warriors. Yeah.
Well, let's go to this last series then really quick. Spurs Blazers. And I only bring it up and want to talk about it a little bit because it's kind of interesting now. There's a timetable now where we're not sure when Wemby's going to be back from his concussion. And by the way, so I've been on the school station the past week talking about this on our sports show, where it's like before the series started, I'm on record saying, like he's so big that like I fear that any wrong movement could be like detrimental. And here we are. Like obviously he fell really hard, he hit his head really hard, but it was just so ugly, and like it just like a guy who's that big isn't supposed to be moving like that, and like when an injury like this happens, it kind of scares me, because I just don't know how these guys recover. I don't know how fast they can recover. Like 7'5", sorry, it's just like an insane height to even like think about. Like, and it just like no one should be able to move like he does. He's obviously just the best player in the league. He's an alien. We've talked about it at length, but I get scared watching him play and then watching him hit the ground because it's like,
it's a long fall.
Yes, and it's just like it's literally just watching like a giant tree from the woods, just like use your and it's just
look
slow.
As somebody who's only 6'5", so he's got a foot on me. When I fall, it's a long fall. I can't fucking imagine him falling, dude.
Yeah, dude. He blows my mind in every single way. Like he's just an enigma to me. And like even if he didn't play basketball, I'm still fascinated with this man. He's something special, man. He's insane. Yeah. Do you have anything else on these playoffs real quick before we go do a little bit on some draft news?
Concussion protocol's 48 hours. You'd hope to get him back around game 4.
And that's crazy to me because in the NFL it's 7 days. Why does it change from sport to sport? It's not like it's any less worse or severe just because it's in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if you don't take that woke liberal shit out of here, for some reason you saying that pisses me off. Not because you said it, but because why does the NFL care more about concussions,
right?
Which they deny exist.
Well, that's what I'm saying. CTE. That's kind of like where I'm getting at here, where it's like. 48 hours, that's not enough time at all. Like
I think that's the period you have to sit out if you're cleared from concussion. Obviously, I think if you're concussed, you sit out longer.
So he was cleared. Okay. Is that like the thing? Is that what you're saying? He was cleared? Is that why he's on the 48-hour window?
I think that's the case.
Okay.
But you are right.
Case, yeah, it seems so weird to me. Like 48 hours, like whatever. But yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we'll be back to talk NBA playoffs soon. Too as well, but go ahead, Cameron. Say one more thing before we talk about NBA.
No, you're good. It's that the Blazers are really good at getting games in the mud. The Spurs will need to rely pretty heavily on Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, and De'Aaron Fox, the three-headed monster.
Great and people to lean on. If you have to lean on anybody,
if you gotta lean on anybody, dude,
man.
Fucking
some of the best guard trio probably in the league.
If the Spurs can outlast the Blazers, and I think they will, I'd feel really good as a Spurs fan, being like, "Fuck, we just have these guys waiting." Like,
yes, dude, that's
just our backup.
So crazy, and then just the generational Wembanyama. Like, it's just not fair. All right, a little bit of NBA draft stuff before we head out of here. Chris Sinak, we've talked in lengths about him on the show. It's important to talk about him now because he officially declared. And I want to make note, Cameron, as you're laughing about it, because you're right. Like I think it's funny too, but like it's how fast he declared compared to like your next note, Cameron, which is why haven't any of the top 3 guys declared yet? What are they waiting for? And why was Chris Sinak such in a rush to declare? To me, I think a lot of people are gonna a lot of teams and fans are gonna fall for him the further we get away from this season, because I don't think they watched enough Houston basketball like you and I did to really see like how, I won't say bad, but just how raw he is. Like,
Unrefined, yeah.
yeah, and like how maybe another year with Kelvin Sampson really would like elevate him. But it regardless, it is what it is. He's decided to declare. Also today, Darius Cuff declared a couple hours ago, I think.
Yeah.
So he's officially in, and a few days ago, Kingston Fleming's officially declared. So those are two of your top guards that are going to go probably within the top 6, 7, I would say. Welcome to Memphis.
6, 7.
Fuck.
I hate myself.
But interesting though that you did note this, that none of the top 3 have declared. I don't see them not declaring, but why the delay? Like what? Like why the holdup?
For some reason,
none of them are going to stay. You know, and obviously these coaches know they're going to leave because his Duke is already loaded up big time, and we could talk about that in another episode.
Duke got that Wisconsin kid, right?
John Blackwell. Yeah. And they got another guy too from Belmont. He was one of the best mid-major players in the country, man. So
Nongbo came back, right?
That's
Their
right.
center.
Yeah, and Isaiah Evans declared for the draft too. And not like, I mean, it just with everything they have coming in, obviously, like, not saying Isaiah Evans is a bad player, but it doesn't really matter anymore. They've retooled in such a way that like they're probably more dangerous as of right now than they were last year and even the year before. They're kind of going a path that they don't normally go in, which is getting transfers and getting these upperclassmen, which, you know, as we were talking about earlier with Michigan, is like what you need to win now in college basketball. You're not going to win without it, because you can't rely on these 5-star freshmen anymore, because they're just not built for these. I guess I won't say built. Maybe they're just not ready for these like massive moments that March Madness kind of needs you to, you know, kind of needs you for. And I just think maybe there's more like business decisions being made rather than like maybe a senior like balling out in his very last game, trying to like cement his legacy. Whereas like Cooper Flagg, Cam Boozer, these guys are going to go first to
they know what's coming ahead of them.
Yeah. Right. Like I'm not, it's like, I don't really care if I win a championship for Duke if I'm going to go make $25 million next year.
On that though, I think Braden Mullins is going back to UConn.
He stayed. And also another big
one, which I think is a good move.
Yeah, I think great move. He would have been a top 20 pick anyways, just by how good of a shooter he is. But I sound like a broken record. That draft class next year sucks. So why not like stay a year, ball out in a freshman class too that sucks. Like the transfer portal this year is it's not as lackluster as it was last year. We're seeing a lot of these guys stay, and maybe it's kind of like an against the grain thing in college sports where it's like, you know, these guys leave for the next big buck, but it's like we're seeing a lot of guys staying now. And there's that kid from Iowa State, I forgot his mom Slogvit or something. Momcilovic, thank you. He would have easily been a lottery pick as well, and he decided to stay.
I say he stayed too. Yeah, that surprised me because I had said some team was going to fool themselves into taking him early and regret it, and he said, "Fuck you, I'm staying."
Yeah, and good for him. And more of these guys, I think, need to make this decision. As much as I want to see this draft class absolutely stacked from like pick 1 to 30, I would much rather have better college hoops next year. Where if like 6 or 7 guys decide they want to stay, and just develop a year. Like I think like Chris Sinak, we talked about him. I think that'd be great for him. But do you have anything else you want to wrap up with, Cameron, before we end it? We're already hour 30 in. We're doing pretty good.
We've picked up a nice 90 minutes. We've talked at large. I mean, there are a lot of guys that I would, if somebody cared about them close, I'd say, hey, please tell your kid to stay for another year.
One more year.
But end of the day, it's their choice, their decision.
And we're gonna get a good draft out of it. So
we're gonna get a great
win
draft
for us.
And when that draft lottery hits coming up soon, like 2-ish weeks, you and I will be.
We're gonna be mocking the shit out of.
We'll be mocking at least the first 30 first round.
I think so. Yeah, I think we'll definitely do the first 30 because I just think there's that many players that can make an impact, and
we'll find more players to get blood feuded over. You'll put fucking Nate Ament. I'll put
fucking Nate Ament. If I see, oh my god, if I see him in a Grizzlies jersey, I'll fucking crash out. Well, let's end the show on that. Fourth and Forever, obviously, the two-man weave today. What did we call the show, Cameron, when it's just us and we talk about basketball? There was a name we had for it.
The two-man game.
Two-man game. Two-man weave, two-man game, whatever you want to call it.
The 4-point play, something
4-point
like that.
play, yeah. I don't yeah, it was 4-point play because that's right. We enticed it with we tied it in with the original name. So, Fourth and Forever, thank you again. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. A great NBA playoffs. Cameron, thank you after a long break. Thank you. We haven't missed a step. I thought maybe we'd be a little rusty coming out the gate, but thought we did pretty good, man. I think we really hit the icebreaker with the Mike Vrabel, Dianna Russini situation. Kind of funny in hindsight now that's what we led off with, but hey, why not, man? We're a national sports show.
support women.
We do. I couldn't go one show without telling everyone what a feminist I am. It'd be wrong of me to do.
Liberal soy boy.
Little soy boy. Well, again, Fourth and Forever, like, subscribe. Thank you guys again for listening. If you got this far, hour 30 in, a lot of good basketball talk. So, and hopefully this Sunday we'll have, like I said, I'm not gonna promise anything with Mason. This time of the year is incredibly busy for him. So if you maybe don't see him, or you maybe see a lot less of him until football season, that's just kind of the way the cookie crumbles. Yeah, he gets paid really good money to do what he does, and we don't pay any. So we're doing this for all fun, you know.
Yet.
Not yet. Yeah, with talking like that, we certainly won't. But yeah, you're right. All right, thank you all.